This is Coco of the Coco and Lefty Show, episode 23, part 2. This continuation of episode 23 is complicated and strange in nature, and it will take time to understand the evolution of this tale of the green parrot species in Connecticut. Lefty and I are both intimately involved with the next individual in this story.
Well, in 1902, a son was born to a highly placed naval attaché to the army of Tsar Nicholas II of Imperial Russia. The boy was one of 5 children, and he was named Yankel. His name was DR.KALMANOVICH. He was an odd and detached child with poor social skills. He might even have been described as unsocialized. And as he grew and attended school, he had poor language skills and difficulty with speech and writing. But he also had 2 areas in which he had his savant-like aptitudes, for both surgery and dance. Today, young Yankel would probably be diagnosed as having ADHD and Asperger's syndrome, with an extremely odd combination of areas of expertise. The political situation in Russia had been in flux since 1905, with outbreaks of strikes and unrest, starvation rampant, which finally ended with the Russian Revolution in 1917-1918. Admiral Kalmanovich had left the Tsar's service and was a highly placed member of the Bolshevik Party when the Tsar's regime was overthrown. Young Yankel, so strange and yet so brilliant, was a student through these times, and in 1922, at the age of 20, he graduated from medical school with a specialty in surgery. His techniques often demonstrated and associated with his balletic style and precision. In 1924, Lenin died and Trotsky was supposed to become the next leader of the country. But in a coup, Joseph Stalin took over and Trotsky was exiled to Mexico, where he was later murdered. Young Dr. Kalmanovich performed an emergency appendectomy for Stalin, using no anesthesia but a special hypnotic dance routine. Stalin was so impressed that in 1927 he appointed Yankel as chief of surgery for all gulags in Siberia, with no malpractice insurance. And while there, he was like a pre-Dr. Mengele, a pioneer in medical and surgical experimentation, in his quest for knowledge in the area of the fine line between life and death and reversibility. He wrote many highly unintelligible scientific papers, which he was able to make clear to his fellow surgeons by interpreting his thoughts in dance, a virtual balletomane, dancing in tongues. In 1931, attending a surgical conference at Cambridge University in England, he defected to the United States Embassy in London, where he stayed for 6 months before his relocation to New York. A diplomat at the embassy remembers a story that Yankel mumbled and shuffled to him. It is no surprise that Coco knows this story, and perhaps she should tell it.
Yankel, being of Russian Jewish heritage, stopped at a posh gourmet food shop on Regent Street in London. A salesperson in morning coat and tails said, "May I help you, sir?" Yankel said that he would like to buy a pound of lox. "No, no," replied the salesman. "You mean smoked salmon." "Okay, a pound of smoked salmon and a dozen blintzes." The salesman said, "I don't like to correct a customer, but you mean a dozen crepe. Is there anything else you would like?" "Yes," Yankel said, "a pound of chopped liver." "Sir?" You mean pâté. All right, Yankel said. A pound of smoked salmon, a dozen crepe, and a pound of pâté. I'd like you to deliver that to me at the United States Embassy on Saturday morning. Look, retorted the indignant salesperson, we don't schlep on Shabbos.
Well, that's quite a story, Coco. I forgot to show you before, but this is a picture of DR.KALMANOVICH when he was in the Stalin service in Siberia. He's in uniform, and notice a rather blank expression on his face. I think that this is a good place to end our story today. In our next episode, we will find out many surprising and personal things that happened when Yankel is relocated to America. So until next time, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.